continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are reading from Adi-Lila, chapter 4, text 76. Chapter 4, we are understanding or learning about Krishna's internal reason for coming as Lord Chaitanya. Avatari Krishna, yaiche kare avatar, as amshini radha haite tina ganera vistar. Just as the fountainhead Lord Krishna is the cause of all incarnations, so Sri Radha is the cause of all these consorts. So there are so many incarnations. Does anybody know some of them? Would anybody like to say any of the incarnations?
Ram.
Yes.
Narsimha.
Yes.
Varadev, Vamandev.
Yeah.
Parshuram.
Yeah.
Bali. No, not Bali. Yeah. Kapila Muni.
Yeah.
Vyasadev. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah. Lord Buddha.
Lord Buddha. Yes. Kalki.
Kalki is gonna come. Yes. Yes.
Matsya. Kurma.
Kurma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are just a few handful of incarnations we know, right? But now, where are all these incarnations coming from?
From Krishna, from Purusha avatar.
Okay, so where, that's right. Now, where are the Purusha avatar coming from?
Krishna.
Yes. Who's the Purusha avatar?
That is the Garbhodakshai Vishnu.
Yeah.
And the Shirodakshai and Karnodakshai.
Yeah. So the Vishnu forms. Yeah. Okay. So now where are they coming from?
Krishna.
Yeah. So we can see that all the incarnations, they are coming from Krishna.
Yeah.
He's the original. Because many people get confused. You all are saying, but there's so many gods. You know, there's Lord Nishinga, then there's Ram Bhagwan, and there is, just now we said so many names. But that's okay. They are all coming from Lord Krishna. They're Krishna's expansions. They are all Krishna's incarnations. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And so Radharani, so now where is Lakshmi Devi coming from?
Radharani.
Yeah. And where are all these queens coming from? Queens who are there with Krishna, Rukmini.
Radharani.
Yeah. Where is
Sita ji and everybody, right?
Yeah. So Mother Sita, she's also coming from Radharani. So Radha and Krishna, they are the original. And from them come all these other expansions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect.
Then next 77, Vaibhav Ganayena Tanra Anga Vibhuti Bimba Pratibimba Rupa Mahi Shiratati. The goddesses of fortune are partial manifestations of Srimati Radhika, and the queens are reflections of her image. So now it's given a little bit more detail. Like, okay, now what is there? Now the goddesses of fortune means Lakshmi Devi. They are Srimati Radharani's partial manifestation. Partial manifestation. And who are the queens? The queens are her reflections. So we don't need to bother about these things if we don't want to. If we want to, you guys can do an individual study. But for me, it's enough to understand Srimati Radharani is the original and they're all coming from her. Lakshmi Ganatanra, Vaibhava Vilas.
So queens here, queens here means all the 16,108, right? Only those, no?
Yes. And all the queens in Dwarka, in the spiritual world.
16,000.
Yeah, but
even in the Vaikuntha.
The Vaikuntha, there's so many queens there.
Okay. So everybody, whatever it is.
Yeah, all the queens who are the original expansions of Radharani.
Okay.
You know, so now does it mean that when we go to the spiritual, what's going to happen? We are seeing the gopis are Radharani's expansions, and then what's going to happen then? And we are seeing the manjaris are there, and so what is my position in the spiritual world? Can I become Radharani?
No.
Can I become any one of these 8 principal gopis?
No.
No, right?
No.
Then what can I do? Then can I become a gopi or no?
No, but I can just serve in any way that is given to me.
I can. You see, I can. If I have that ras, if that's my original position, I can. Because we hear in Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes 5,000 years ago when he came. So who are some of the gopis? Some of the gopis are his eternal consorts who came from Vaikuntha, from Golok Vrindavan. So the personal expansions of Srimati Radharani. Of course, Srimati Radharani came. Now, some of the gopis were the Vedas personified. Vedas, they also are represented by these women, and they wanted to, they're like, we always chanting, these Vedic hymns are being chanted, but we want to be with you, Krishna. We want to enjoy what is the highest bliss. So some of the gopis were the Vedas personified. Now, some of the gopis were the sages of Dandakaranya forest. When Ramachandra had visited the Dandakaranya forest, there were so many sages, and those sages wanted to have that conjugal relationship with him. And he said, okay, when I'm going to come as Krishna, then you can have this relationship with me. And then some of the gopis who were become perfected souls. Then, of course, but then what happens is their contact with Krishna is going to be on different levels. So, but yeah, of course, we don't have to artificially think I'm this one or that one. It will come in good course of time. But we should have that greed that, yeah, I also want to do Raga Bhakti. It's a very high stage. But one day, So, but not artificially outside. We have to continue hearing, chanting, preaching, serving the mission. All that goes on outside. Not that outside we keep telling people I'm a peacock and I'm a flute. No, that's all imitation things. No, outside, hear, chant, observe all the regulative principles, be very, very qualified, preach all the time. And then internally, those are high things, but it's there. If anyone's interested, it's there. Text 78, Lakshmi Gana Tanra Vaibhav Vilas Amsha Rupa Mahishi Gana Vaibhav Prakasha Swarupa. The goddesses of fortune are her plenary portions, and they display the forms of Vaibhav Vilas. The queens are of the nature of her Vaibhav Prakash. So this is giving so much detail of what is the position of the queens, of the Lakshmi Devis. Akar Swabhav Vede Vraja Devi Gana Kaya Vyuha Rupa Tanra Rasera Karana. The Vraja Devis have diverse bodily features. They are her expansions and are the instruments for expanding rasa. So the Vraja Devi Gana, who are the Vraja Devis?
Gopis?
Yeah, the gopis. And they are Srimati Radharani's expansions. And what do they do? They are the instruments for expanding ras, more and more enjoyable pastimes, more loving pastimes with Krishna. Different situations are created, different things are happening. So again, these are Srimati Radharani's personal expansions. We cannot become anyone. We just have to become our own true self. We have to be situated in our original position, not become anyone. Bahu kanta vina nahe rasera ullas dilara sahaya lagi bahuta prakash. Without many consorts, there is not such exaltation in ras. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Srimati Radharani to assist in the Lord's pastimes. So she wants to serve. She loves Krishna so much. She wants to please Krishna so much So she feels, let me expand, let me become many, and I can serve Krishna more and more. And I can, and Krishna can enjoy more and more. So she expands. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sometimes when we are doing things and then we feel, oh, just one me is not enough. I wish I could expand. Well, we wish we could expand, but Krishna and Srimati Radharani, they actually expand. We can't. So yeah, but that is for the sake of service. She wants to please him. She knows how to please him the most. So we'll stop here for today. Any comments?
No.
Shri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Hari